How's it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today we're doing something way different, not related to knives. We're talking about shoes. Now wait, before you're like, Erica, this is gonna be boring. Give me a second, don't click off this video. This could actually change your life. Guys, I have been wearing barefoot shoes for so many years. I would say probably close to like 10 years between the zero drop shoes and the barefoot shoes. I have a ton of experience with zeros and lems, which are the two kind of biggest barefoot shoes companies, I guess you could say. And I want to talk about just barefoot shoes in general. I think it kind of does tie into EDC because you're not doing anything with your day unless you're wearing shoes for the most part. Like if you're going to work or doing whatever, you are wearing shoes. Shoes are a part of your everyday carry, and it's kind of like a secret part that nobody wants to talk about, right? So today we're going to talk about zeros and lems. I want to talk a little bit about barefoot shoes, the ideology behind them, how they literally really did change my life, and I want to encourage you guys to try them yourselves. There are a lot of marketing tactics out there to promote heels and wedges and spongy, cushiony things and a bunch of narrow crap, essentially, that's really not good for your body. So let's talk about what a barefoot shoe is. A barefoot shoe is a shoe that not only has a zero drop design, which means that there is literally zero drop between the heel and the toe, right? So there's no angle. It's not like you have a wedge back here that slims down to the front. You have a zero drop. It's just a flat plane straight across, okay? But the barefoot shoes tend to be really flexible and flimsy. They don't have a thick cushion that you're walking on like the Ultra Lone Peaks, for instance. What I actually have a pair of them, so let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. This is what I started my journey with, right? Was the Ultra Lone Peaks. Man, when I started this journey, they were kind of like just getting into making the Lone Peaks. These are award-winning, like AT trail hiking shoes. But as you can see, they are zero drop, but they have a really thick, spongy kind of core. These are, amazing shoes. I think these are great to start your journey if you need some cushion and you have to adjust to a way thinner shoe. These are awesome, but I actually can't wear these all the time because they hurt my feet now that I'm adjusted to barefoot shoes. But Ultras are a great starting point for getting used to like a wide toe box, a zero drop, no arches, no crazy stuff, okay? Once you get into the barefoot shoes, the thought behind it is to feel as close to barefoot as possible. There are shoes like the Lems Zen here, Primal Zen. These, have a little bit of a thicker sole that you're walking on, but they're still super flimsy and flexible. You're not losing that foot feel, that ground feel, if you will. So the whole reason of wearing these is to walk like a normal human being. In my opinion, we're not designed to be walking on heels or arches or anything like that. Now, I know people will be down in the comments, I have this bunion thing and my doctor said I need arch support and blah, blah, blah. I was told all of the same things, not the bunions. I was told that I needed arch support and all of these cuckoo things, and they never actually fixed anything. In my opinion, as humans, we're supposed to stand straight and walk like heel to toe with good ground feel and no arches and no crazy cushioning and no sponges or anything if we can help it. That is what a barefoot shoe does. It does take a while to transition to a barefoot shoe. It can take like up to a year of just wearing them a couple hours a day around the house, and then slowly building up to wearing them more, wearing them for extended periods of time. But I truly feel like as humans, we are meant to walk not in foot coffins, not on giant spongy springy things and all of these crazy things if we can help it, okay? Obviously, if you work a job that you can't wear these kinds of shoes, this isn't applicable to you. We're really just we're just talking about barefoot shoes. I know some people will not be able to do this, but we're talking to the people that could, okay? So, not only do you have a zero drop with minimal, support and sponge and all of that in the sole, they also have wide toe boxes. That's kind of the point as well. When your feet move, your toes aren't supposed to be all scrunched together like this and moving like a stick. We have toes that are supposed to splay out to balance and to almost kind of propel us into the next step, right? Our toes are little superheroes, guys. They need room to wiggle and to do their thing. So when you have a wide toe box like this, your toes can splay out and they help to keep you balanced. Your brain is connecting to your feet, which are connecting to the ground, and your whole body is working, how it's supposed to, really. It's kind of crazy that we have strayed so far from this due to fashion and marketing. So we have a nice wide toe box. Your toes can splay out. You're able to push like you're supposed to and use the proper parts of your body to actually walk and run and crawl and climb and all of the things. And they are the most comfortable thing ever because your foot just gets to relax and be what it's supposed to be. So these shoes, barefoot shoes, changed my life for a couple reasons. The first being, I used to be pretty overweight, and I've talked about this before and people don't believe me, but I used to be really overweight for my height, and I noticed something really odd about my body. Now, there are other factors that go into this too, but what I noticed was that my legs were in good condition, my midsection was way overweight, and that's where I carried all the weight, and it kind of crawled up to my face and stuff too, but my midsection carried a lot of weight, and I looked very disproportionate because I had smaller legs and kind of smaller arms with a larger midsection and tons of back problems. And I tried kind of everything to help things, didn't really work, and I started wearing the Ultras. And after a little while, I noticed that my body was changing. I noticed that my legs were doing a lot of work to walk, but because I could actually move my feet and my toes and my ankles and my knees and everything, I also felt my upper body working itself more. And I don't know if this is, there's no science behind this per se, but have you ever seen people that have ripped calves and then the rest of them is just completely let go? I feel like for me, when I started wearing the zero drop shoes, my whole body was working to move, not just my legs. It was my legs were in good shape because they were working so hard to move my body, number one, because I was overweight, and number two, because my feet were stuck in a coffin shoe, so my legs were doing all the work. My feet weren't helping. They couldn't splay out and move. It was just my legs doing all the work, so my legs were in great shape. The rest of me was not at all. And when I started wearing shoes that actually had room for my toes to splay, zero drop, I felt my stomach kind of tensing and releasing more as I walked, and kind of my whole body working to move myself because it actually had the capability to. That might sound crazy to people, but really think about it. Have you ever thought about how stiff you walk in a pair of cowboy boots or something? I have cowboy boots that I wear, for dressy things, but I could never wear them all day, every day. But just think about your boots or your shoes or whatever, and kind of how stiff your movement is, I think we restrict our whole body working together to propel ourselves when our feet can't even move properly to balance us as we walk and everything. So I noticed that when I started wearing zero drop shoes, my diaphragm was working different. I could feel what would have been my abs kind of starting to form, and my stomach muscles strengthening, and my back strengthening, and everything kind of coming together. Like my core was starting to be worked now because I was using my whole body to walk and to move, as opposed to literally just like my thighs and calves. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of crazy. It loosens everything up too. Then my back problems nearly completely disappeared. I have scoliosis pretty bad, and it was extremely painful to just exist. But when I started wearing these, the scoliosis really stopped bothering me so much, and then my knee problems just completely went away. So the Ultras were the beginning of completely changing my life. Then I started to learn about the barefoot shoes, and that's when I was like, oh, this is absolutely amazing. So I stumbled upon Lems and Zeros. Like I said at the beginning of the video, these are the most kind of popular type of barefoot shoe, I would say. They're the most widely known. I also think they're the highest quality. Lems originated in Colorado. I don't know where Zero did. They're both made in China, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But they're both awesome companies. I feel like they make two different types of barefoot shoes. So if you'll notice with the Zeros, they kind of all look like thinner tennis shoes, each one. And they have a whole bunch of different designs. They have boots, dress shoes, whatever. But like in terms of their sneaks, they all kind of look like tennis shoes. They're all pretty thin, very, very thin soles. And then once you get into the Lems, these look a little more normal, a little more like normal sneakers, almost like skate shoes with some of them, especially the Primal Zen. This kind of looks like a skate shoe, and they're all completely dirty and beat up, guys. I use them a lot. But these they're a little more rugged, they're a little more durable, they're just a little different. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. But the barefoot shoes, I wore Ultras for over a year straight, adjusting to the zero drop. Then I went headfirst into the full barefoot mode, and that's when things just started to like completely change for me. I ended up dropping 43 pounds by the time I was fully integrated into the barefoot scene. My body could move completely different than it used to be able to. My core strength was built up. My legs didn't bother me anymore. My knees didn't bother me. And then I really kind of never went back. Of course I have, pairs of shoes for heavy duty yard work or going out that are not barefoot shoes. But I would say 98% of the time, you will find me in barefoot shoes. So now that is essentially all I wear. The ground feel that you get with these types of shoes is awesome. You can actually feel what you're walking on. Your balance is better. I believe it's 25% of our bones are in our feet, and they are the foundation of our body, guys. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that we don't even appreciate them. Like, without our feet, we wouldn't do anything. We would be pointless, really. And it's like we don't even pay any mind to our footwear, and they're the only things getting us here and there every day. So being able to kind of feel the earth as you move is incredible. Having that flexibility. I mean, these shoes are just completely flexible. Even the Lems, again, more rugged if you blow through shoes really quickly, or you just have a job where you need a little bit more stability and a little bit more oomph to your shoe. The Lems are amazing. This is the Primal 3, but they still are super flexible. You can still curl them right up. It's pretty crazy. They completely changed my life. I'm more motivated, I'm more active. They are the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. Crazy, crazy wide toe box so your little tootsies can splay out and do their thing. It really will change your life. And if you're looking to move into the new year being more active, being more productive, spending time with your kids, just being outdoors more, maybe hiking more, walking your dog more, the shoes are a huge motivator. They really are. I have no affiliation with either of these companies at all, although I wish I did, especially Lems. I love Zero shoes, but they're super thin. These are very much like spring and summer shoes for me, and I do blow through the Zeros faster than Lems. They're great shoes, but I definitely vibe with the Lems more. They last longer, they're more durable, they look more normal to me. These almost look like kids' shoes sometimes. I don't know. I feel like the Lems look like more normal shoes and the Zeros look a little childish, a little like, I don't know, with the Zero going across and just kind of the way it's all orchestrated, they look a little bit like children's shoes. Not a big deal, but the Lems just look more normal to me. Like this just looks like a normal shoe. This is their Eco line. Same with this, just kind of looks like a normal skate shoe to me. But I wish I worked with Lems. Lems, if you ever watch this, I will work with you. I would love to. But love both companies. It kind of depends on what you want. I also feel like Lems is more true to size than Zero. The other huge thing here is that Zeros, like, women's shoes are for women, men's shoes are for men. If you are a female and you want a wider Zero, you have to order a men's version. It will be different and it will be wider. Just like if you are a man and you have really narrow feet and you want a super tight fit, you'd want to order one of the women's shoes, right? With the Lems, they're all the same. They're all unisex except for, I think, one type of shoe that they make. So if you order, for instance, a woman's 8.5, it is the same exact shoe as like a men's 7. There's no difference. They're unisex. The only reason they categorize them on the website is to make it easier for the consumer that already knows their shoe size for their gender. But these are all unisex. So like with Zeros for me, I have to order the men's version of what I want in my size transferred over to men's size, because the women's Zeros are too narrow for me, but the men's fit me perfectly. I don't have to do that with Lems. I just go to women's 8.5. It is the same exact shoe as the men's 7. So I feel like Lems is just kind of an easier company to understand. There's not too much to it, and their shoes just look a little more normal and better to me. But absolutely love both of these companies. Love the Barefoot shoes. If you've been on the fence about it, guys, shoes are so important, seriously. Your body will feel so much better when you start taking care of it, especially with your footwear. And obviously, you know, eating healthy and getting sleep and drinking water, they all come together. But I found myself to be more motivated with all of those other aspects of my life when I was wearing shoes that actually felt good and I could feel the ground and I could move easier. It all kind of came together for me once I finally dialed in my shoes. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like I said, not getting paid for this, don't work with the companies, they have no idea who I am, but you guys know I've been wearing Barefoot shoes forever, and I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys to try them. Like, seriously, please try the Barefoot experience. Once you do, you will not go back. Like, you may have a pair of work boots or dress shoes or something for special occasions, but I'm telling you, once you wear Barefoot shoes and you get used to them, you will never want to go back, because it feels like your body is doing what it was meant to do, which is move freely. So I really wanted to motivate you guys today and actually tell you what to do. I am telling you. I'm also telling your mom what to do. And just, you know, try them out. Let me know if you already wear Zero Drop or Barefoot shoes. Let me know if you've been interested in this, kind of gave you the final push of encouragement that you needed. Let me know if you have any questions. I will link both of the websites down below to Lems and Zeros. Maybe order one of each, right? My favorite Zero shoes are the HFS models that they have, and the Prio. This is the Prio, this is the Prio Neo. Some of their best sellers. Love those. And the Lems, definitely the Primal 3 and the Primal Zen. Those are my jam. Let me know what you think, guys. Sorry if you were looking forward to knife content today. I just had to shove this down your throat. Okay? Hopefully you don't mind a shoe review once in a while or something, because it really is a huge passion of mine. So with that being said, guys, go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. Wear barefoot shoes. Move your body. Love you guys so much. See you soon. Take care.